Hi guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. So week 9 did a weigh-in. Of course, like I do every week, I lost 2 pounds this week for a total of 43 over the last 9 weeks. So 2 pounds is great. That really is pretty much, I think, normal. It's awesome when I can do 5 or more, but 2 is great and I'll take it. The last week I talked about exercise in my video and how I said I hadn't really started. Well, I finally started exercising actually last week, pretty much the same day I put that video out. I believe it was Saturday. Started with a nice hike. It was only 2 miles, but it was a good start. And the reality is I couldn't, the 2 miles would have been a lot tougher without the weight loss for sure. There were some pretty good switchbacks going up the mountain. Also, because of where I was, I also found a couple of things that I could take pictures of. So that was pretty cool. So with the next day, I've been using my Fitbit to make sure I get my 10,000 steps in. And that's where to start with. I think everybody who doesn't exercise much is with walking and getting your 10,000 steps in. So that's that. 43 pounds. I'm keeping going on what I'm doing. It's going well, and I've started to exercise. So that's good, and hopefully will lead to more weight loss. I do have some lofty goals that I've put together. I might discuss those on another time. Today, though, I want to talk about a couple of things. Now, if you can't get the exercise going, if you can't really get your diet going to try to lose weight, if you just do a couple of things and remove these things out of your diet, it will greatly help your health and cravings and things like that and get you in the right direction anyway. Even if you want to continue to be the couch potato, that's fine. If you want to continue eating pizza, okay, but get these particular things out of your diet. And the first one that everybody absolutely loves is sugar. Well, I had some here, but sugar is one of the worst things for our bodies. It's practically really poison, and it's incredibly addictive. It's one of the most addictive substances on the planet. It eventually leads that with the other complex carbs, which act similar to sugar in the body, which is, of course, any flour kind of product, any refined grain. Those items are all horrific. And with sugar, of course, the obvious things are the sweets and so on and so forth. We know we shouldn't eat all of that stuff, but all of that ultimately leads to inflammation in the body, and inflammation is what leads to disease. And that's what you really want to try to avoid. Ultimately, it's all about the insulin. So sugar being highly addictive, of course, the food manufacturers know that. Now, it's obvious, it's easy, we can see, okay, that's a sweet item, shouldn't eat it, it's full of sugar. But sugar is in so many things, and it's got over 100 different names that the food manufacturers disguise and dump into our food. They just don't say sugar, they'll say maltodextrose and all these other things. You can literally go to Google it and you'll see hundreds of different names for sugar that the food manufacturers have created to hide what they're putting in the products. Great, I have some examples here. Peanut butter. Who doesn't love Skippy? We all love Skippy peanut butter. It's so good. It's a staple in most people's house, and kids are raised on the stuff. But you have to see what's in it. Sugar. Sugar is one of the first ingredients, and after that it gets worse. Hydrogenated vegetable oil, which is another item I'm going to talk about in a minute here. One of the worst absolute things you can put in your body, and this has cottonseed oil, soybean, and rapeseed oil in peanut butter. So all that with sugar, this is horrible for you. But there are some great substitutes out there. Adams. Adams has been around forever. The only thing in Adams is peanuts and some salt. That is it. Good stuff. Doesn't have the sweet taste, obviously Skippy does. So I recommend Adams. Adams is good. The other thing, Kirkland makes a peanut butter, Costco, and it's less money than Adams, bigger jars like Costco does, and theirs is nothing but peanuts and some salt. That's what you need to get. Make the substitution. Other things where sugar is hidden, where it's not even necessary. Salad dressing. Ken's Steakhouse Light. Light stuff tends to be worse than stuff that isn't light. This stuff has sugar. I don't like sugary dressings on my salad anyway. So this has vegetable oil, soybean and or canola oil. Those are the first things that are in this stuff, but it also has sugar. Some more canola oil. Who cares about the calories when what the ingredients in it are getting you one addicted to killing you? Ken's, here's another thing. This is Thousand Island. The first ingredient on the Thousand Island is soybean oil. Soybean is worse than just about any of it. So soybean oil, it also has sugar in this as well. So the best substitute for salad dressing, honestly, is some olive oil, some vinegar, maybe some salt and pepper. Call it good. You can make your own. I made a cucumber vinaigrette not too long ago. Mixed up some cucumbers with some olive oil and all that. It's great when you have a salad to put a type of fat on it, like an olive oil, because that helps your body take the nutrients, absorb them better out of the salad. So make your own dressing, vinegar and oil. It's really good. It's good for your body, and it keeps the sugary stuff out of that. You do not need to pour sugar on your salad. Ridiculous. Here's another good one. Barbecue sauce. I love ribs. Ribs are on my diet. I always have preferred a dry rub anyway. Barbecue sauce. This stuff, the very first ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. That's been all over the news. We know how horrible that is for us. It continues. Not only is there high fructose corn syrup, there's regular corn syrup in there, and sugar and molasses. It's a bottle of sugar that you put on your meat. This also goes along the line with dipping sauces for like wings and things. Stay away from the sugary stuff. Do a dry rub or go with a vinegar-based barbecue sauce for your barbecued meats. So get rid of that. Here's another one, ketchup. Ketchup has sugar in it, not as bad as some of the others. The only thing I ever put ketchup on myself is a hamburger. I don't need that many of those here at home, so I'm not gonna substitute that. There's probably ketchups out there with no sugar in it. And of course, you can also use salsas and different things like that to substitute, which are good. I'm not gonna worry about ketchup because I don't use it enough to really make a big difference, but there is sugar in ketchup, of course, and it's all to get us addicted to the product. Another good one, yogurt. They talk about how good for you yogurt is. Almost all yogurt's out there and nothing but a cup of sugar. Stay away from yogurt unless you go plain. Add some berries to it. If you wanted some sweet, that helps a lot. Berries are fine. They're packed with nutrients and low in sugar. Go with the plain yogurt. It has more active yeast cultures and things in it, probiotics. Add some berries, you're good to go. Stay away from the Yoplait and all that. Cup of sugar, that's all it is. You're fooling yourself. Another good one is granola bars. Granola bars are just as high in sugar or practically as a candy bar. Stay away from them. They get a lot of look for the extra sugars. So that's it. I mean, we all know sugar's bad. Do what you can. Look at the labels. Look up the names like dextrose and maltodextrin and all these other fancy names they give sugar. So you can see the hidden ones and keep it out of your diet. There are sugar substitutes. Stevia is one. I use a teeny bit of this. And here's another one, allulose. I bought this because I was going to bake something with it. Here's the other thing about sugar. Also the fake sugars that go into diets, into sodas and stuff. Soda's bad, we know that, but diet soda is just as bad. It's toxic chemicals is what you're drinking, but the imitation sugars are also bad for the body and can trigger continuous. You just kind of get cravings for more and more sugar. The reason these guys don't do anything to your insulin and are okay to eat is because their body actually doesn't break them down. It just passes them through. Personally, because I am a sugar addict and because I'm really trying to stay away from all that, I won't even use this stuff really. The reason is I don't want the trigger. I don't. I mean, sugar is like a drug for me, obviously, like everybody else, but it's like heroin, and I don't want to be tempted. So I'm staying away. I'm even staying away from fruit. There's a misnomer about fruit. 5 fruits a day. That is such a bad idea. It's a ton of sugar. Now, if you're generally healthy and okay, a piece of fruit here and there is going to be fine. But when you're insulin resistant, fatty liver, trying to lose weight, stay away from fruit. It's another reason. I'm going to talk about Weight Watchers in another time, but one of the reasons I bailed out of that and why Weight Watchers is not good. Anyway, so the substitute sugars, you can use these. It won't hurt you. There's this half a dozen, at least of them out there. Monk fruit is one. Some crazy names that are sugar alcohols. I can't think of the names off the top of my head. So that's with sugar. One of the other things that is just as detrimental to your body. Hydrogenated oil, whether it's in a liquid form in an oil or whether it's a solid form like a fake butter. They sell you like it's a vegetable product, like for vegans or something, but it's so processed, it's barely even recognized, it's barely even really a food. This stuff is loaded with omega-6 fatty acid, which is not good. This is highly inflammatory to the body, and ultimately leads to disease. Too much of this leads to disease. It's hard to get away from this. You can obviously leave it out of your house, but you never know what you're going to get when you go to a restaurant, you know, like wings. I love wings. Wings are on my diet, but deep fried in this stuff, I'm trying to keep all of this out of my body as much as possible. Any kind of seed oil, vegetable oil, cottonseed, linseed, safflower, sunflower, grapeseed, palm oil, refined coconut oil is bad, soybean oil, canola, did I say canola? I don't know, canola oil. They try to sell that like it's a better for you. Stay away from all of it. Oil, you want to eat olive oil, you want to eat unrefined coconut oil, and avocado oil. Those are your friends. Those are good for you. Everything else is crap. Stay away from fake butter. Stay away from any hydrogenated, this stuff. I mean, think about how hard is it to extract oil out of a seed? It has to be processed so much to even stabilize it. It's, like I said, it's barely food. I think it's only considered food because the lobby for the food industry. Even mayonnaise, people. Mayonnaise used to be different. Now, this is soybean oil. This is soybean fluff is what it is. That's all it is. Make your own. Make a nice aioli, garlic aioli. Oh, way better than this. It's better for you. It tastes way better. Mayonnaise. I don't eat mayonnaise. You know, I put mayonnaise on a sandwich or in some sort of salad. So I don't even eat that stuff anyway. So mayonnaise isn't a problem for me. I don't even need a substitute. But look for better products. You know, olive oil. They make mayonnaise out of olive oil. Go there. This is soybean fluff, so it's the worst. Soybeans are horrible for us, especially processed. And in the form of oil, oh God, in the fluffy oil, so bad. Anyway, that's my rant. You know, stay away. If you can't diet, if you whatever, if you can just remove those things out of your diet, you'll feel much better. You'll be way better off for it. Sugar, hydrogenated vegetable, seed, corn oils, all that shit, and any solid form of the same, which is fake butter. Stay away from that stuff. You'll be better off. So I'm checking out. This is week 9. Please like, subscribe, share, and all that. 43 pounds, 9 weeks, and I'm gonna share some of my loftier goals here with this whole thing, this whole lifestyle change. Again, I'm eating with purpose to reach these goals, and I'll get there because that's where I'm going. I want to be there. Take care, folks. Get well, get healthy.